No, he's not. Oh, we're live.
All right, and we're live. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining
Hello.
us. My name is Tamara Woods, and I'm a cozy mystery author, and this is my channel. And here are my wonderful co hosts, and we're going to start with Miss Dahlia and work our way around.
Okay, hi, I'm Dahlia DeWinters. I'm a romance author, horror author on the side. I'm glad to be here. Hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cafe. I write short stories, poetry, and the occasional blog post. Excited to be here today.
Hi, my name is Tori Brown. I'm a fantasy author and the operations director for Otherworld Inc. I'm here today to write on papers and put them up on the floor.
And and I am going to be writing, I think, on either Beachbound 2 or I'll be writing some nonfiction work. And in case you are new and you don't know how this works, we are doing writing sprints where we sprint for about 20 minutes and then we chat for at least 5 minutes until forever or 2 hours is up, whichever comes first. Oh, let's see who we have in these here comments. Hello, the Naked Fireflies here.
Hello.
Hey.
Leora has dropped in to say hello. Francesca's here. Jeannie's here. We all know how to pronounce your name now.
Yes, Jeannie.
Yay.
That was like the smoothest way
Yes, she
to be
did.
like,
Yep.
okay, I'm gonna add this I until y'all get it, and then I'm gonna take it away so then you'll remember.
And I was like, wait a second. Something's
like,
up here.
She told us. She told us.
The jig is up.
Hello, Barbara. How are you? Sarah, she has a meeting in 20 minutes, but leaving a like here as you should as well. Ah, Sarah coming in, spreading the good work. Naked Firefly, what are you cooking? You're always cooking something. Of
It's
course,
her
it's
time
always
to cook. Yeah.
yeah, it's always dinner time when I'm streaming
Yep.
for you. Mm-hmm. Jeannie said, "Boons."
Yeah, he's here.
He's the unofficial fifth guest.
Yes. What do you
Good
guys say?
morning, Renee.
I just like the stream.
Me
I need
too.
to like it myself. Jeannie's determined to finish your newsletter magnet. I have faith. You can do this.
Mm.
Yes, you can. You can do it.
You can do it. Ridiculous.
You can do it.
You
That
can
still
do
tickles me from that movie.
Oh.
It took me when he goes, you can do it all night.
Night long.
I do not know what baked chayote and tikal is. Can y'all educate me? Do you know?
Nah, because she vegan and you know we not vegan.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Does it come from a cow? Nope, don't know what it
We
is.
don't know.
No.
She wanted to be serious. She tried to bring us over to the dark side.
Oh.
My fiance is pushing for us to go vegan. And I'm like,
You
do
better
we
push him
have
somewhere.
to?
I mean, no shade, but
So we've stopped eating pork, which is good.
My coveted bacon.
it's already shameful. But
I know.
it ain't my stream, so
That's why whenever I'm streaming and someone's cooking bacon, I'm always like, oh, I smell bacon, y'all. I smell bacon. Because I can't have it.
So I don't
you can
eat
have
beef.
vegan bacon, turkey bacon. Look at your face,
Turkey
though. What?
bacon is not vegan.
Like turkey bacon, I cook it occasionally, but then I have to fry it in butter, and it feels like that's just. I do. It
Because
doesn't
it doesn't
have
crisp up.
flavor.
Yes, I know.
It don't have that fat.
Turkey bacon because it's way too salty. Like no matter what,
It
brand I
is
get, it's
salty.
So salty.
It is much saltier than regular bacon. I was surprised.
I guess they're trying to make up for the non-flavor of the turkey.
Mexican squash and tikal is an Ethiopian cabbage dish. Look at you. Look at you educating us. Well, howdy, Devin.
Oh, it's
Hey,
Devin.
CJ.
It's got to be International Cuisine Day in homeschool. That's
The
And
ground plant meat is delicious, not too hot on the plant sausage, no flavor. Whew. Come over to the dark side.
No, mm-mm.
I'm not ready. Hey, Stevie. Well, you know what? My week hasn't been all that great either, but I'm here. I'm trying. Since we started late, we should probably go ahead and do a sprint. And then after that, we're going to talk about tropes in our different genres.
Oh,
So
let me open up a document and act like
let
I'm doing
me
something.
grab a timer because I forgot to.
Oh no.
Oh no, I don't want you to tell me how to make it. I just want you to give me the template.
Can I take a picture of
Hello, Gabriella. I think that I'm doing fine. How y'all doing?
I am making it today. Today's been a rough day, but I am pushing through, and that's all that matters.
That is it. Can't expect much more than that.
Nope.
I have a Dana coming over tomorrow, and I was like, I'm just gonna clean the house today, and it's gonna be great. And it's turned into kind of like me analyzing everything in the house. I've already thrown out 3 bulk things, and I'm kind of like, she's gonna come over. No, Mr. Brown's gonna come home. He's gonna be like, where did the stuff in the house go? I was like, I threw it away. God.
All right. All right. So let's hit this. Get in these first 20 minutes. As Jeannie said, sprint.
All right, let's go.
It's not so much.
Explosions. Oh, wow. How y'all do? What'd you do? Let us know in the comments below. I'm sorry that my laptop gremlins got you, Cash.
Maybe rough for you. I finished making all my cue cards for this project I'm going to start for the next 3 weeks. And I'm going to put them up on here.
Do I know about this project?
Kind of. You and I were reading that one book for your Right Stuff group, the one that had to do with Rachel Aaron and going from 2 to 10K. And while I was reading that book, I was like, will her method apply to me? So I basically am giving myself roughly the same time frame that she had to finish a novel. And I'm gonna try and use like her pyramid thing or her triangle system that she had to see how far I get. So, but I'm very visual and I like cue cards, so I make cue cards.
Very cool.
So, Dina, welcome.
I was like, I showed up. Yeah, I'm here.
Do you want to introduce yourself real quick, and then we'll continue with our progress reports?
Sure. I am Dana Gollin. I also write under the pen name Ava Fox, and today I'm working on a non-fiction project, which is very interesting.
Excellent. Well, I realized that I have written chapters in Beachbound 2, but I don't know the order that they're supposed to be going. So I am reading through trying to figure out what happens next. And then while I was doing that, I saw a thing that I needed to put in chapter 1. So I'm going to have to go back and add this thing because it'll be important later, but I forgot to do it. So
it took me forever to figure out how to write and be on the screen at the same time on this iPad, because I've never done it before. And then you were talking to me about my computer. Forgot I was on mute. I guess you sent your problems to my computer. I've been stuck in a Windows 10 update loop for over 20
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's awful.
Miss Dahlia?
I actually finished uploading a digital product to my new Etsy store.
Hey.
So I'm fighting my way through this. It's like supposed to be. I haven't been on Etsy in literally probably years. So now I'm just like, oh, it's all new to me.
I revisited my Etsy shop after a couple of years hiatus, and it's so different that I'm like,
it's like you got to really read now. I'm like, help me.
Yep.
I guess I like that better. All right, let's see who has shown up while we were doing our thing. Hey, Grayson, how are you doing? Glad you could be here. Hi, Jennifer. Nice to see you. Wait, Renee, it's Friday. Where are you at? Are you in Europe?
She's in the future. You got flying cars there?
Yeah, she probably about to realize she lost it today.
No.
I know, I'm like, it's Friday somewhere, isn't it? Like maybe in Australia?
Yeah, maybe in Australia.
Yeah.
Japan.
Mm. Hi, Schwartz, run into your keyboard to join us. Yay! Let's see, what does Stevie do? Stevie got her desk set up to start plotting book 2 and helped your oldest design a mural for your front window. Oh, that's nice.
Very cool.
I'm so happy you're feeling better, Stevie.
Yeah.
Have no fear, Oink's mom is here.
Oh man, Oink is a crazy girl. She so it was raining last night and it got down to I think 40 degrees. And I got up at like 2 o'clock this morning because something just wasn't right. And she had gotten out the dog door and was laying belly up, just loving the cold weather. I mean, she's got a woolly coat. She's got plenty of fat on her and plenty of fluff. But I was like, get in the house.
She's like, "Ooh, I'm living my best life out here."
Yeah.
Well, especially because you had somebody try and dog nap her too.
Yeah. That was like, even though we fixed that problem, it's like, don't go out at night, Oink. You're hyperventilating. People are going to steal you. You're going to freeze to death. And my husband he's so funny. He's like, she couldn't possibly freeze to death in Arizona. Look at how much wool she has on her. But still, she's my baby.
Michael is drafting and redrafting a response to a video you saw today. You forgot the time. I'm furious right now. You don't know what to do with yourself.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah.
I understand that, sometimes people can create content that's deliberately triggering, but, we just have to go about our days and not let the small stuff bother us. Hi, Shaylina. I'm glad that you made it.
Hey. She always looks so happy.
Doesn't she? I love her avatar.
I love that avatar too.
Gabriella got a page and a half. Hi, Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Leora got 7 words. Well, at least you got those 7. That's wonderful. Oh, you have Noveler. Have you guys used Noveler before? I haven't used that app.
I've used it. I like it, but I didn't want to pay for a subscription thing every month.
Mm-hmm.
I really hate these monthly subscriptions that everyone's going to.
I hate it. I had the one guy who made Dabble actually respond to my video. Mm-hmm. And in my video where I did the product review, he explained why they have it as a subscription base instead of a one-time fee. And I'm like, that's a really good point. And I value what you say. I still don't like it.
Yeah,
that's legit.
I mean, because, it might be good on a business aspect, but as the consumer, bump that. I want to pay and then go on my way.
Yeah.
Barbara got her outline typed up in Scrivener. First time using it. How do you like it? I'm a fan, but I know for some people they don't enjoy it. Jeannie completed 2.5 out of 8 brief character sheets / bullet points. Wonderful. Oh, look at. Okay, Renee showered, got coffee, resettled in the bed. Oh my gosh, you didn't wake up the baby. You did so much.
And, I was gonna say in 20 minutes.
Wow.
That's amazing. She needs like a medal.
Right? Because I read a couple chapters or paragraphs and drank half a cup of coffee.
Yep.
But you really made moves. Hey, Shannon, I'm glad you could be here. Pre-pitch something to a friend who owns a skateboard company. Exciting. Ooh, that sounds promising. That sounds very promising. So, all right, let's all discuss genre, like our separate genres. I think that we each write something a little different, and we can talk about genre tropes. And let's discuss, let's just discuss swearing, for instance. In your genre, are there any different tropes that are associated with swearing? Like with cozy mysteries, swearing is That's just you don't do it. That just does not happen.
Oh, like
You might drop like a fiery hell bomb,
or
but
damn,
yeah, but
damn it all.
that's it. And even then, you should really keep it to a minimum.
Right.
But with women's fiction, I don't feel like there's necessarily that specific genre trope that you can't swear, but I do feel like the swearing is used more sparingly. So it's like more to emphasize a point
Right.
where, you know. So with your genres, is there anything specific with swearing? Do you make up swear words for your genre? So I know, oh, that's one thing. In cozies, some people will like make up a something or use like a silly word. Like,
Um, I know for like my genre in urban fantasy, they actually encourage you to kind of make up like slightly different, or not make up, but kind of like tie in the mythology that your book is centered around. So like, that's where you get like Odin's beard, or seven
Oh,
hells or things like that. Because that's just kind of tying into what you're talking about. A lot of the books in urban fantasy usually don't have like a big emphasis on swearing itself. You get the occasional fuck and hell and things like that, but that's kind of it. But if you have a character that basically uses that and that's like how they communicate, then that's a little different, but they're not very heavy on it.
Yeah.
oh my goodness. So Shannon writes cozies. I used
Right.
holy cow and was actually called out on my use of the word holy.
ooh.
Listen,
Now you're
I'm
going
gonna
too
need,
far.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
need this person to just calm down.
Just write it like holy, as in like with holes, like Swiss cheese. This darn Swiss cheese. No.
Then they'd be like, and she don't even know how to spell holy.
I know,
I
right?
know.
It's
I
always
know.
something, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. I
Wow,
I
that's
don't
wild.
I don't really think that there's very many limitations in the genre that I write in. I personally, however, try to limit my f bombs and my swear words to the minimum. If it's not something that the character would naturally say, then I don't use it. You know what I mean?
Right. That makes
So
sense.
Um, for me, for my genre and the things I write, I think people put first or in. I personally try to stay away from them because when I was 12, we were watching this movie, and this man approached this woman. He was trying to holler at her, and he cussed. Then you saw her something like that. And she stopped him and she said, profanity is a sign of an ignorant mind trying to express itself. So whenever I write, I think I think that I don't want, especially because I write black characters, I don't want it to be like that's all that we talk about. Like we only curse. That's even if they are young characters, teenage characters. Like I try to do something like a little differently. For as far as like making up curse words or things like that, that's something more that I do. There's an author that I follow, and occasionally she uses curse words in her story, but 90% of her curse words, because it's a fantasy, are words made up in her fantasy. So they're curse words by the way they're using it, but they're not curse words in our vernacular. And so that's
Right.
something I try to do.
yeah.
I think that makes sense. And, I think that something can be said about that where you have, like, let's say, a black character and that black character is always swearing. Is that necessary? Are you feeding into a stereotype?
Right.
Does it, like, you know what I mean? Is this advancing his character in some way? What is this
Right.
saying about him?
Right.
And,
Well,
and
and
go ahead.
oh, I was going to say that's why for me personally, regardless of the race of the character I'm writing, if it's not something the character would naturally say, it's not part of their personality, then I try not to use it, because I've noticed just in the reading community that sometimes swear words lead into stereotypes. So it's kind of like if it's just not natural, if it doesn't flow naturally into it, just kind of stay skirt around it. Make up something funny. Make up your Swiss cheese. I can't believe that's so hot.
I like that you're associating it with genre too, because like the other genre that I write, the character like you don't really like. I'm writing what they call a cinnamon roll character, and it's like this super like sweet, warm character that everybody like just kind of gravitates to. But those are characters that typically don't curse. So like in the story I'm writing, instead of her cursing, I just constantly have her say sugar snaps or something like Swiss cheese. I don't actually have her like do profanity.
Right.
So Jeannie loves Fantasy World swearing. It has all the good stuff for our world and some new stuff. Let's see what else. Renee says, agreed with Jeannie. Love it when authors play with it too. Barbara's on board with Swiss cheese.
So I see in the comments that people are having a hard time hearing you. Or is that still happening now?
I did have to read your lips when you were talking.
Okay.
Up close,
So
up close with cachet.
I know.
All right.
Are you on your laptop or are you on your phone?
She's on her iPad.
my laptop is
Oh, okay.
I've infected her laptop with my foolishness.
Oh no.
Well, speaking of swearing and using profanity in the romance genre, there's so many different niches. I never know how to say that word. Different niches of stories. You can have sweet romance, where in sweet romance, cursing is absolutely not allowed. I don't even think they would deal with holy whatever. I mean, I've seen romance authors of sweet romance get really, you can't use damn. I mean, nothing. They just have to go, oh my, or something like that. Of course, there's no kissing and no sex, on-page sex either, and very little implied sex. And some even go so far as no kissing on the cheek, but that's sweet romance. So that's really
Oh,
on one
wow.
end
I
of the
didn't
spectrum.
realize that.
And on the very other end of the spectrum is hardcore, steamy, 5 stars. They tell you what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, how it's going to be done, how it's going to feel, and how you're going to think about it after. So that some of those books use every word in the, they use every word that you can possibly imagine, and then they go even farther.
Yeah.
Further. Then you have, outside of the romance genre, you have the erotica. And the erotica is almost like the high steamy erotic romance, which uses all the words, but it does not have a happy ever after. It's just hit it, quit it, done it, see ya. In most of them. And I'm making a very huge generalization. And in most erotica, you do have swear words. Then, of course, you have the middle, where they'll say, I mean, of course, it always depends on the author. It's no parameters set by the genre.
Right.
But if you read a book and you have a character who's saying, and then we effing did this, and then we did this, and using swear words constantly in conversation, it kind of gives the reader an idea of what kind of character. He's a rough character. He grew up in a rough area, or something like that, where some of you have the quote unquote billionaire books, or the more, and I'm not judging by saying refined characters, but you have different levels of characters in a story. And usually you can tell, as you can tell in most fiction, by the language of the character and what they do, where they're coming from. Whether they're coming from the streets, or they're using cursing to shock someone, or to make a specific point. If you have somebody in a story who never curses and all of a sudden they're coming out with F-bombs, that gives you a cue as a reader that something just went on with this character to cause them to say these words. So using profanity really does define a character in a book. Not necessarily bad, not necessarily good. It's just we react to how people use language around us.
Right.
I like that you
took me out when you said hit it and quit it, though. I just wanted to put that out that I was normal or good.
I like that you mentioned parameters, Dahlia, because that is really true. And then another thing to keep in mind when it comes to genres and profanity in genres is also the publisher as well,
Yes.
because they have their own rules about that. So, for example, Violet Gates, who I sometimes associate with, when they opened up for their one bed trope, the owner knows me. So the owner, when I said, "Hey, I want to submit," basically said, "Okay, I would love for you to submit, but this thing that you do in your regular works, I don't want that here." And I was like, "Oh, okay, sure. It's not even there, you know." So so they'll tell you to change it if they don't want it, because
Yeah.
that's their brand that they have to associate with too.
Well, that's the same. I was with Loose ID before they closed, and I was with the Mirror Press a long time ago, and I was also with Evernight Publishing, and totally entwined, totally e-bound. I was with them when they were. I'm still with them, but they're totally entwined now. Loose ID was like, if you do not whip this up into five, because I was like, oh, and then they, and then and they're like, you better start whipping out those four-letter words, or we cannot publish this book. And I'm like, this is kind of earlier in my career, and I was like, okay, I guess I can. So now I'm just throwing the words around now, but back then I was like, I have to use the C word too, and they're like, yes. And I was like, oh God.
Oh my!
I said, but I can't use both. I'm only going to use one of them. I'm going to use both.
This is a hard limit I have.
That's right, not both, not the female C. I'll use the male C, but nah, I'm not doing it. Because you give my book back if we got to go like that. But
Oh my God. That's funny. All right,
so,
I'm going to
yeah,
run
erotic
through and see.
romances. Whew, yeah, they have. Like Carol said, each publisher has what they want you to put out underneath their brand.
And I'll tell you what, like the British erotica anthologies, they have no walls. They're just kind of like, go full charge, do whatever you want, make it as crazy as possible. It's not a strange fetish nobody's heard about. Throw it in there.
Put it in there twice.
Yes.
So Haley says, I swear like a sailor in real life, but she has a tendency to keep everything really vanilla, even though it's supposed to be dark and gritty. Well, I would say that even if something's supposed to be dark and gritty, it is not necessary to swear a whole bunch. Like, you could if you want to, but also if you don't want to, you don't have to.
You know what's nice about vanilla? You can add lots of other flavors to vanilla and still have something good. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with vanilla.
This woman's busting out metaphors.
Sprinkle on top, some sprinkles, some jimmies.
That's right.
Tarnation and fiddlesticks. What in tarnation?
dead. You killed me.
When I try to write swearing, it just doesn't seem natural to my characters. It feels awkward. Well, then that's not for them.
Yep.
Renee's MC swears like a construction worker. My
And
brother's
see, that's
worker.
a show over construction workers, because some of them, they're very nice and they don't use swear words.
My
brother-
grandfather.
So what
yeah,
kind of
swear
construction worker?
My brother used swear words like
Like,
it's
you know
water.
who else? The teenagers, because I have 3 of them. They love some swear words, and I don't think they seem to understand that. Yeah, I was in the classroom for 15 years, so you can come here with your F's and you this. And so my son tried to pull out the male C word at the table, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, you said something?
Oh, he tried it.
Oh yeah, he tried. I'm like, you know what? You cannot shock me. So stop it. But I noticed with teenagers, and I guess if you're writing young adult or new adult, but especially young adult, and with the parents, if the teenagers want to shock somebody, that's the first thing they'll pull out of their arsenal is a real hardcore swear word, and the parents will go, oh, and I'm like, I just wrote that 4 times this morning, so you're not bothering me.
Yeah.
I'm unimpressed with your bullshit.
Exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking about, because like I was talking to my students when I used to be a teacher, and I was just like, I've just come to learn that in order to communicate with you, I have to say one word and then put in shit, fuck, or damn it, and then continue on with the next word, and then put in shit, fuck, damn, or whatever. Like, it's just word, profanity, word, profanity, word, profanity. That's like how you all talk. And they're like, that's not quite like that, miss.
No, it's exactly like that, though.
Yeah.
My character usually used mild swear words in highly emotive situations only, Stevie says. And Sarah says horror is pretty cool with swearing, which is good given that I'm me.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're being chased by like an axe murderer, you're probably going to be throwing a lot out there.
I can't seem to hear Dana for some reason.
No.
Oh, can everybody else hear me?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but y'all can hear me
Okay.
clearly now? Can y'all hear
Yeah.
me clearly now?
Yes.
You're much
Okay.
better.
Okay.
Much better. Let's see. My NC swears like a construction worker, but others around here are more extreme situations. I think that's important too to have that kind of variation because then if you have a character who is swearing a whole lot, or even like this character like friendship group, like that's what they do. They just be swearing. Then to have other people who don't swear as much, it kind of makes it more important. It makes it
Yeah.
more part of their like culture, like their little social group.
Right.
So that's interesting. Let's see. My characters use little sayings are mildly disrespectful. Oh, sweet bearded Odin is one.
Mm.
In horror, swearing often indicates urgency.
Right.
My main character in Biscaya, I'm being
That's good enough.
everything you
Welcome
say.
to my world. Welcome to my world.
Swears a lot, but only when she is with her white band members who are misogynist and racist. So I show how her suppressed anger is pushing her to behave stereotypical. That is interesting. That is very interesting.
Explain what stereotypical for her means. I didn't understand that part of it.
Yeah. Let's expand on that. Imagine a gee whiz in a erotica. I cackled.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to act like I know too much about it, so I'm gonna
No, somebody did it. Somebody did it.
If the guy or the girl are like kind of virginy, and it's like they're probably like, those pants come down, they're like, gee whiz, or the top comes off.
I remember like one of my
Okay, Tamara's demonetized right now.
I remember when like I was
YouTube cuts us off.
when I was reading 50 Shades of Grey, and at one point like Anna goes, "Gee golly, I'm on Google." I'm like, what's happening?
What am I reading here?
I
Where am I?
Gee golly.
And
Golly, your C.
Bet you by golly, wow.
Like, how did you get through English major in modern day and not use Google or have an email or anything? Like
that's what I couldn't
Like her
understand.
character was my least favorite character. Like everybody talked about Christian, and I get it, but she was just stupid, and I just didn't understand how she got to be that old and that stupid, but she's supposed to be so educated. Like
she's valedictorian too. I'm
right.
Like,
yeah, like that's the part. I'm like, what valedictorian? The valedictorian of my school is getting her doctorate in DC. I guarantee you that's not how she talked.
No.
Not at all.
No. That character was so shallow and
very Sue-ish.
Yeah, it was just kind of like like I said, I read the series only because my girlfriend got it for me as a birthday present. But by the time I was done with it, it was so beat up that I couldn't even give it to the used bookstore. I hate it. Oh God.
You were punching it?
Oh, I was like, I would throw it across the room. It would hit the wall. Oh. And one night, I was sitting there and I was like, this is bullshit. And I threw it across the room and my mom came running in thinking I was mad at someone. And I was like, I don't know how this woman's selling millions of copies of this trash, but apparently people will read anything if you put a D in it, I'm like, whatever.
I was tricked. I had no idea what the book was about. My fiance had found like a book bundle, and I just looked at the cover and I was like, oh, he has a gray tie. I like his tie. I don't know what this is about. And I started reading and I was like, wait a second.
Weren't there handcuffs on the cover too?
I don't remember handcuffs being on it. I remember him having a gray suit and like a shinier gray tie. And that's what I paid attention to.
One of them had the tie, one of them had handcuffs, and one of them had like, I think it had like a masquerade.
Yeah. That must have been the last one. They're free.
The first one, I was like, oh, okay.
I like this cover.
I wonder, sounds like a respectable gentleman. Sounds great. And I was like, what the hell? This is on the New York Times bestseller list?
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it wrong all this time.
I know.
Money talks, BS walks. So that's all I'm going to say about the New York Times bestseller list.
Swiss cheese, dag nabbit. And let's see. So Michael says, so if your intent is for them to be viewed positively, unless your intended audience is like-minded bigots, they go, okay, go ahead. Otherwise,
that must be a continuation. I thought SO was significant other because it was sorry. That must be a continuation of another of a previous
Yeah, the
comment.
one I see says, I think if your character is a racist, a homophobe, or misogynist, then sure, maybe the slurs associated are appropriate.
Oh,
But F and fiddle corks, those characters won't be viewed, and then that's where that rest part came in.
oh, and okay.
Oh, where is?
On mine, it's a few before that. Like it's like two comments before the one you got posted now on my
I
end.
I I don't see it. Well, StreamYard, screw you. But all right, so
Oh, and then Schwartz Run answered your
Had
question.
okay, but hold on a second. I wanna stick with this for a minute. So let's discuss if is there a way for a character, a main character, let's say, to be seen as a positive character and still use, I don't know, racist slurs? Can that work?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say that's something I don't know anything about because I stay completely out of that.
The closest that I've gotten to something like that is with my character named Silence, who is just a complete and utter insensitive asshole. But anytime he's about to use some kind of slur, I always have another character or something cut off the word. So like it never actually gets completed. But like he's the only one I do that with, and I've only done it maybe twice. That's
And
it.
is he not a human?
Yeah, he's not human either.
So I think that that's like an important point.
Okay.
That like
uh,
he's a sword.
Oh,
for me, I feel like there's a million different ways to show that someone's racist without using a racial slur. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways without using that. The only time I see where I could possibly understand it is historical fiction. But even in that, personally, I don't I don't see the need for it.
Um,
Like I feel like that's part of the reason why people are voting books that have been on Sequoia's reading list and the Coretta Scott King Award and all these other people have been protesting those for years because of how even though maybe in the time the book was written that was okay to say, it's never been an okay word.
right. Um, I I write about happy sex, and I don't go there. Everybody in my sexy time stories is happy people, because that's not, those aren't words I use, and because they're so hurtful and they're so filled with hate, they aren't words I'm willing to put in my books. So I just
well, that's not your genre, like you said.
right,
If you're writing
And
rom com, you're
yeah,
not going to be talking about this, that, and the other thing.
right,
Shay was talking about historical fiction,
right, right,
and you have to. I think you have to tread carefully. I'm a proponent
Yeah.
of freedom of speech. You get to say what you want to say. Doesn't mean I have to read it. Number one, doesn't mean I have to like it. Number two,
yeah,
but there's a certain inner protocol that each author has to follow and to ask
right,
themselves, is it necessary to get the idea, as Shay said, this person is racist by throwing out racial slurs? I know Stephen King is pretty hot throwing out that N word in some of his stories, but I
yeah,
noticed as his books progress, it's done less. It was done more, I think, in his older books than it is now in some of his newer books. So that shows his progression, I guess. And
right,
you understood by when you read that in the book that this character is not a good character. As soon as it came out of that character's mouth, that lets you know there's something wrong with this person.
right, right. And
But like,
I also think that it's cultural, because just kind of like glancing at what's going on in the chat as well, I think that other countries might not view it the way that we do as Americans because of our American history and
mm,
the issues that we've faced as Americans with racial tensions and other nastiness, which which is, but I agree with you. Absolutely. I'm like, I absolutely agree with you. There have been some times where I've read some of Stephen King's works and I get to where, like, especially like in it, when
Oh
he's,
yes.
When
yeah,
they attack the black boy,
Uh-huh.
yeah, they say it a
um,
lot.
I I had to like stop. I've literally had to stop and put it down because I was like, okay, this isn't okay with me. And then I would go back to it. But it's just so, you know what I mean?
It's jarring and it's disconcerting.
Yes, and that's his intent. He
Right.
wants you to hate this
So you
person.
know these guys are real bad because
Yeah,
of their frequency, the use of the word. But
yes,
even as a reader, even though you intellectually realize that, that is extraordinarily jarring to read in a book.
yeah, yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so Schwartzman says in Germany we're deep into the quote unquote angry black woman narrative, but angry is seen as everything coming out of a black woman's mouth. As she has to fight for herself as the lead singer of the music genre, there is no right way for her. She's always seen as stereotypical.
So she's a
That is a
representative of
huge
her
trope
race
in
by
German
whatever
literature.
she's
I hate
doing.
it. I hate it so much.
So, as a black woman, that's a huge trope in black woman life. Like, we always, even when we feel disrespected, we wait before we respond because that we don't want to be seen as the angry black woman. And
Literally, the name of my poetry collection, The Shaping of an Angry Black Woman, because that is a huge trope. And I'm not sure how much that extends into other countries. It's interesting to see what that looks like in Germany because I can't claim what happens in other countries. If anyone wants to chime in, let us know. I think it's interesting. But here in the United States, like Cache is saying, the angry black woman happens so much. And as a black woman, I sometimes feel very pressured to remain measured and controlled in a situation where other people will feel like they can just go off. So, if at times it seems like I should be very angry about a situation, I probably am a burning, fiery inside. But on the outside, I'm going to remain calm and measured because if I do show that anger, then there's going to be a lot of people, even some of you fine folks, who will disregard what I'm saying. And I
Because that's
refuse
what
to
they
let that happen
expect to see.
because that's what they
right.
expect.
I
So
always
let's
tell
do
people
another.
if I'm smiling, you better back away.
I was gonna chime in on the other country thing real quick, if that's okay.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Um,
Yeah.
I know, like, when I lived in England, like, this topic wasn't brought up at all. And the reason it wasn't brought up wasn't because it wasn't there. It was brought up because British people have a hard time, at least when I was there, talking about controversial stuff. And that's why, if you take a look at the way that literature, or not literature, but like how media and the TV shows were done like 15 years ago, and compare it to how it's being done right now, they're trying to branch in and have these conversations. But I am going to say that the way that BBC has been trying to have these conversations has actually been really poor, and it's just making a lot of people angry.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone, let's get ready for this 20-minute sprint.
Yeah, right there.
And don't forget to stretch, maybe get some water if you need it, and save your work. All right, let's go. In
I feel like I'm taking off.
How'd you do? What did you do? Let us know in the comments below. Let's see. I decided on what was happening next, and it took me a while to get there, but now I have a direction and 91 words down.
Nice. I'm working on my second Etsy listing. I accidentally deleted the first one. So I had to redo it and then I did the second one. They're like, leave page. I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm like, oh no.
Aww.
But it was easier the second time around. So.
Well, that's good. Because you already knew what you wanted to say, right?
Yep. No, I copied and pasted it and put it into where, Shay? OneNote.
OneNote. Yeah. Yeah. You know how I feel about that OneNote.
OneNote saved the day.
I got 179 words in. Just been brain dumping. Hopefully this next one I can like work on my project.
I made myself a small feast, and I wrote down some more notes about this project I'm working on.
Let's see.
I did this thingy that I said I was going to do, and then I started clearing out my office a bit more because even though all I need to do is clean the living room and the kitchen for Dana to come over, I'm like, I must deep clean every inch of my place because I don't know what room. You make it lost and walk into some room, and I can't have that room be a mess.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, don't do that. Look at my office.
It's too late. It's too late. Look behind me. It's too late. Like, this is the thing.
Get it. So Schwartz Run recommends The Things I'm Thinking While Smiling Politely by Sharon Otu to look at the German Black literature perspective in English. So I am going to find this.
Right.
I think I'll smile. Give me one
Is it
second.
going to make me angry, though? I don't need an angry Tamara.
Well, I'm not going to read it right now.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm not ready for this.
Just beware when she's smiling politely. That's all.
Okay.
I know.
One second.
I know, I'm like, let me find something to grab to shield myself from the anger.
Like laser beams coming out of her eyes.
That's right.
I will say that I will say that I'm more afraid of Tamara when she's angry than probably most other people because it's like it's not explosive. I can't brace myself against it, and I know that when she's done, like part of my soul is going to be eaten by the ether, and I don't know how to recollect it. So
I just caught
You a
this.
soul eater out here, Tamara?
I didn't even know. In wholesome content, my grandma says sunken ditch whenever she wants to say son of a bitch, and it's adorable. I love that, and I'm stealing it.
I did too.
Oh my gosh. I have the character. I have the character. She already exists in my world.
I'll work it in
I
now.
can believe that. I can think of a few characters that might say that in your book. Thinking back to reading it, like, I can see her saying that.
Oh my gosh. I am so happy. Sarah says beads and right instead of JC when she's worried about offending someone. You know what? I think that's awesome, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got on here. And then, of
There's
course, the
something
bone
to
clenching.
say. I was gonna say there is something to be said about people who know their audience, so
Right.
they know what is appropriate to say in front of who and what isn't.
That is
Yeah.
an excellent point. Yes, that is an excellent point.
Because one of my friends who writes romance, she still wrote romance, but she instead of writing historical, she wrote contemporary, and like her fan base from the historical read the contemporary, and they were all like, "What is this? Like, this is not what we came for." And I was like, "Oh!" Like I've been watching from the distance, going, "Poor sis."
That sucks.
Because that's not what they came for. It was something completely different.
Right. Especially if she's not using another pen name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a problem when you don't have a different pen name, and if you aren't like marketing those separate things very distinctively. Like I like to think that if you look at my cozy mystery covers and then you look at the shaping of an angry black woman, you'll see like a distinct difference in what's there. You know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Haley started editing her AuthorTube newbie video that you filmed 20 years ago. Well, I can't wait to see it. Michael, 164 words and 5 minutes of outlining. You love to draft and outline at the same time, and I'm here
Mm-hmm.
for it. Stevie's plotting board is looking so good.
I
A
wish I
new
could do a
book is
plotting
so much
board.
fun. I,
Right, it is.
Kara, you do plotting boards, don't you?
I know Kara's tired of me complaining about because this is the second time I think I've been on with her and I'm weeping into my beer about plotting. But it just
I do a little bit.
You are so extra. I cannot even with you right now. Did you dab them through your eyeglasses again like
yes,
last
I did.
time?
Yes,
Oh
I
my
did.
You are a I appreciate it. Shannon's figuring out her schedule and what I want to work on for the rest of the day. Are you on spring break right now, or are y'all staying home?
Are you done for the year?
Like, what's going on?
We might be done for the year here
Yeah.
Yeah.
because our spring break is not until April actually, and our schools are out until April 3rd. So they're gonna reevaluate then. But my thing is, I feel sorry for this. I'm like, I'm so glad my son is not a senior because I'd be having a heart attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I
feel
ran
sorry for
into
all the seniors out there. Seriously.
I ran into like one of my old students because I resigned 2 years ago. So the students I taught are seniors now, and like I don't know what it is. Like when I run into one student, I run into like five more within the same day. Like like they must text each other or something. I don't fucking know.
I saw.
Yeah. But I was talking to one girl and she's like, "Yeah, we're joking that we're gonna be the Skype year because we're all gonna finish on Skype." It's like, "Are you gonna finish on Skype?" She's like, "I don't know. All I know is that we're gonna find out in 2 weeks if we're going back to school or not." And I was like, "Well, that's an easy A for you, right?"
Well, I just got a phone call at the end of this sprint from Elijah's high school, and they basically said, even though we're not going to be on campus, there are things online that you need to log into and you need to get it done. So they're still expecting them to do online work. So, well, and that's just for his school. Mini Monster's school is like, yeah, we are considering ditching the rest of the year or doing correspondence. We haven't decided yet. And I'm like, do correspondence.
Cache, what school were you? What state were you telling me that they was it?
Florida
Pennsylvania?
has canceled.
Florida.
Florida has canceled all university graduations. The Oklahoma University, our rival, they have canceled commencement graduations for May as well. I haven't checked my school email, so I don't know if they've canceled it for us. It just scared me because it was like, y'all, it's March. Commencement ain't till May.
Yeah,
We
they're
know right
planning
now
way
that it's
ahead.
gonna be
Yeah.
right. They're playing super far ahead, so
hmm
that puts me a little on edge. Like, dang, what y'all know
Well,
we don't
What
know.
do you know that we
right.
don't?
Tell me
Exactly.
Yeah.
something.
That's what I keep wanting to know. It's like, what are you guys hiding? If the government's shutting everything down already that's supposed to be happening in May, what don't we know? But
Exactly.
then I tell myself, maybe we don't know because they don't want us to get all hysterical and crazy and do stupid things.
A little late. A little
That's
late.
way late.
Since I had
Way
to drive
late.
2 hours to get toilet paper, yeah, a little late.
Mhm.
Amazon had to ban the selling of hand sanitizer because people are marking it up. Like, come
You should
on.
have seen me when I was going through. We call it the armory because that's just where we put everything at. But I went through there and I found some of my old teaching supplies. And for some reason, I hoarded like 4 of these containers when I left. And I was like, I'm rich.
I'm rich. Gold rush.
Yep.
Oops. So Shannon says, wait to hear if we're done for the year, but right now, and has the rest doing online teaching until April 13th. Yeah, my fiance, they're on spring break right now, and then next week they'll start teaching online until the 15th of April, and then they'll be reevaluating things. Let's see, what have we missed here? Renee's about Has about a handwritten page, so around 200 words. Wonderful. Chasing Epiphanies. Hello, I don't think I've met you before.
I'm glad
Nice
that
to
I can
meet
say
you.
your name now.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I saw you on Tuesday. It's nice to see you again.
Yep.
Gabriella fixed a part of a scene and made the symptoms even more painful. Youch. Let's see. Oh gosh, that is sad. Stephen's neighbor died Sunday, and his kiddos can't even have a funeral. Oh, that's
Oh wow.
so sad.
Oh my god.
She can't go to school. We're all social distancing. She's 9. We said no to correspondence. Like, how can kids learn in the midst of trauma? Well, some kids don't seem to be taking things to heart.
No.
So I guess
I think that because I'm staying calm, Mini Monster's staying calm, but the moment I panic, everyone around me panics.
Yeah.
So you have to stay true north during these types of things so that your family can follow your lead, you know?
Right.
And yeah, but that's just me. That's me in my household. I don't know about other.
No, I can agree with that, Dana, because like I said, I have 3 teenagers, and what they do, they're actually online 3 hours because they're working with their friends on the assignments because they're already set up for online and distant learning because all our students have either iPads or Chromebooks.
Right.
So it's a very simple transition for them to load up Google Classroom. And I know I was helping with geometry yesterday, and like the rust in my head was flaking into my eyes. I'm like, what's a slope?
Right.
Working with her on that. They're doing Spanish. They still have science projects too. And I think, first of all, they're keeping busy. And second of all, I'm just like, look, this is just a precaution. Nobody's waiting for you at the door to jump on you, with this virus. I said, this is something to keep everybody safe. And I left it at that.
Right.
all right. So Haley says her petri dish is in kindergarten, and they sent him with a pile of schoolwork and books. Where did this go? Stop moving.
I know it jumps, doesn't it?
My petri dish.
Stevie says we should be focusing on teaching regulation and resilience and relearning how to be human.
But you can't measure that, Stevie. How can you measure that with the matrix that they give us when it comes to teaching?
There's no standardized test for that, I don't think.
No. I can't collect data on being a decent human being. I can't make money off of that.
You guys we call them rubrics. What's the rubric 1 to 6 on that? Toilet paper panic, the naked fight. Right? What is that? If you have clothes, you have toilet paper. Sorry to be gross, but demonetized. Sorry for that.
It's real.
We're already there. We were demonetized forever ago.
Somebody tagged me in a picture of crocheted a
Stop
crocheted
it.
roll
I
of
saw
toilet
that
paper.
one. Oh.
Somebody tagged me in it.
That made me cry.
Cash. They were like, Cash, I'm trying to make some money. I was like,
Wow.
I'm not about to play with y'all.
I have been saying for like the last 3 weeks, people have been wiping their butt long before we had toilet paper. And as long as you've got a washing machine and Clorox, you're good to go. You got
cloth diapers, people?
Yeah, I use them on my kids. It's like you got cloth, you've got washcloths, you got a whole arsenal right here in your house. And people are like, oh, we need the toilet paper. Nah, you'll be fine. You just wash your hands, keep your germs to yourself, and wipe your ass with whatever is available. Okay, done. And like Mini Monster, she was like, Mom, I think we should buy a bidet. I was like, I have removable shower heads. I got a bidet. Toilet to shower. Pink.
See, now I don't feel bad now that Dana's gone. Dana has taken us over. Okay? So now I don't feel bad.
I did
Dana
not
equals
see
demonetized.
that coming.
Yes,
I
neither did I.
not see that coming.
Neither
She
did I.
said,
She got it. She got us all.
shower head, toilet. Well,
I mean, there it is.
That's what they do.
Lies detected.
That's why. That's what
hygiene.
That's what they do in Japan. Their toilets have like things that will do that.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not going to tell you why I learned that, but it was abrupt and it did startle the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm. They have at Ace. and I'm sure other major hardware stores, probably even Walmart, they have little, it's not, you don't have to have like the full bidet, but they have the attachments that you can put in your toilet. And when you flush, it just flushes and freshens
Flushes everything.
everything up. That's right. Makes you nice and fresh.
Woo!
So
A
I
friend
don't
of
know
mine
if y'all
posted.
is. Go ahead.
A friend of mine posted a picture of herself sitting on the toilet, and she said, "Bidet and chill, y'all."
Wow. How long was she sitting there though?
Wow.
I was
So
like, "Wow."
Yeah.
I've never
But
seen a bidet. The closest I've gotten is watching Baps with Halle Berry
Oh my
when they get
gosh.
into that old man's house, and they were
Wow,
like,
she took
"Well,
it
you
way
know,
back.
rich people, they gotta have two of everything. This is to wash your hands, and then they turn on the bidet, and it's just water going everywhere." That's my only experience with a bidet, but it helped my soul laugh very well.
oh wow.
But apparently,
I
the bidet she has is $30 on Amazon. If any of y'all are
Oh,
looking,
mhm.
and she
oh
says
wow.
she really enjoys it, and it's a good time for her. So let's see. They're refusing to close schools here. A lot of people are scared and taking their kids out anyway. The school year has just begun. It will be devastating to the year 12 seniors to miss so much.
I
That's
know.
interesting. I wonder how many people here would be taking their kids out if it wasn't already, if they weren't already making people stay at home. Whoop, and there went that. Uh-uh. I have squirt bottles if need be. If you don't
I'm
band,
not even no
goodbye.
no we no we're not
Blocked.
even about to do that.
Blocked. Put user in timeout for 300 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
That is funny.
Well, I mean, come on. We have obviously people need other people to tell them how to be hygienic. We got idiots licking the toilets on airplanes right now. I mean, that. Come
That
on.
is ridiculous.
That's a
Yeah.
Darwin
When,
Award winner.
when I saw that,
Get
when I
out.
saw that on the news this morning, I was like, okay, all
But
right.
that's why she did it. She wanted clout.
Yeah, but
Like, she just wanted people to see her.
Look
That's
at
that's
me.
all.
That
That's all.
yeah,
uh,
but she really
There's a
tongued
lot of people
the
who are like
toilet
that.
seat.
Very,
They'll just do
that's
or say
disgusting.
anything just to get some
just to get
attention.
attention. It can be
They want to
positive, it
shock
can be
you.
negative. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I certainly hope that Miss Toilet Seat Liquor doesn't get hepatitis from the fool that took a poop in the plane this morning.
Well,
Okay?
if she
Ugh.
did, then that's on her and her stupid.
How did we
She
get
did.
here?
That's what I'm saying. Because we're talking about hygiene and how obviously
TikTok.
these
That's
young
how we got here.
adults,
Yeah,
yeah,
It's on
exactly.
TikTok.
these so-called young adults don't know how to be.
See, I think we need to actually rephrase young adults because teenagers, majority of teenagers are not adults or young adults. They're teenagers. To me, a young adult is 18 to 21, maybe
But
25, because you're a
She's
young adult.
she's
But
20
these
or
16,
21.
I was gonna
yeah,
say these 16, 17-year-olds joining these stupid ass challenges because they want to eat Tide Pods for fun and want to play
Light
crack your
themselves on
skull
fire
or
with
the
alcohol.
knock yourself out challenge and all this
Oh,
stupid. Like, please, where are y'all parents? Who raised y'all?
right. But this toilet seat liquor is like an adult. She's an adult on a plane
Just a
licking
Oh
toilet.
stupid
wow.
adult.
Yeah.
Real
She's
dumb.
a young dumb adult, but
Yeah,
she's
no,
old enough
yeah.
she's old enough to purchase alcohol, and now she's getting a
Oh
bunch of
wow.
ignorant teenagers and TikTokers to go licking toilet seats. It's like,
All right, so Stevie
Stevie
recommends
has
lamb's ear.
like a
Lamb's
real
ear.
lamb's ear, or
It's a
The
ah,
plant.
You ain't right.
I have never been
The
right.
first half of the thing says list the plants. And you
I'm
gonna say like a real limbs. I'm
I'm
not gonna play with you
skimming. I'm
right now.
skimming. I'm not reading. I saw lamb's ear and said, "Oh, we chopping off lamb's ears now? Okay,
How
savages."
did we get here? How did we
Dana
get
is
here?
how we got here. Dana and her removable shower head.
Yeah,
That's when it got real. The
yeah. Dana
conversation
got me
got
with
real
that.
at that part.
Everybody just blame poor Dana. Poor Dana.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, I
I'll
led her
take-
there.
Yeah, you led me and I jumped off the cliff.
Right, Dana, it's all love, Dana. It's all love.
Screwdrivers out. Just
I know. That's okay. That's okay. I'll take it. We were look. We were simply talking about hygiene and how people can help themselves without going batshit
Very
crazy over
Over the
toilet
toilet
paper.
paper. Tell me about it.
So yes, I will. If I shared some knowledge with somebody on how to clean themselves when they don't have toilet paper, I'll take responsibility for that. Okay.
Thank
I
you for coming to
agree.
Dana's TED Talk.
the coronavirus challenge is disrespectful. I agree.
Oh,
Right.
it
and,
is.
and
It
it's
is.
stupid. Just dumb. Why? All right, let's see. Chasing epiphanies, the things that are infinite are the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. I like that.
I love
That
it.
is
I
so
love it.
true. Like, how stupid are you going to get today? How far are we going to go?
Let's not challenge this. I
No,
don't
I'm
need
not
to be
challenging, I'm just
surprised.
No, I feel like somebody gonna hear that and say, "Hold my
Uh-oh.
beer. I don't need them.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. No,
Did
we
you-
don't need
Right.
that problem."
Did you set a bar? Let me exceed it. Like, no, bro, no.
I'm simply trying to help people be sanitary. I don't want to challenge nobody to show me you're stupid.
Right.
We're gonna. There's a whole lot of it out there.
So, woolly lamb's ear is a great apocalypse plant. It's perennial, and people have used it as TP, natural band-aids, and feminine sanitary napkins for ages. Well, that's delightful.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Now we know things. Thank you, Haley. Thank you.
I wonder if it'll grow in my environment.
Haley and Stevie educating us. I like it. All right, so we're about at the top of the 2-hour mark. Do y'all want to do another sprint? I feel like we didn't do many. We started a little late and then we got caught up in conversation.
I
I'm
can
a-
do whatever you want to do.
I'm a monkey in your circus, so whatever you want me to do.
Lord.
Did we end up covering what you wanted to cover in this stream?
I feel like we did. I think that we touched on the subject in a number of different variety of ways. And then when I was looking through the comments, it seems like the people who are here got something out of it. So that's wonderful. Hopefully, if there's people watching the replay, if you feel like you have something else that you want to add, please let us know. Hit me in the comments. I always read them afterwards. And of course, if you guys who are here with us right now have something else to say, then let us know. And do y'all want to sprint? Oh. It's an ideal reach.
Oh.
Its ideal regions does include the Southwest.
Oh, cool.
So you can grow it and start shipping it out, Dana.
That's
Mm.
right.
Oh.
That's right.
Her Etsy shop. An Etsy shop where you sell toilet
Okay.
paper plants.
That's right.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to help Dana make some
No,
money.
I think
out
that
here.
works well.
I know.
Fit coffee
The
everywhere.
wheels are turning. They're turning.
All right, I'm gonna look at YouTube proper to actually see what people have to say because sprint it may just be funny acting.
StreamYard is doing the most.
It looks like y'all want to do a sprint.
Yep.
I think that's what's happening here. And you know what? I'm here to help y'all out and be here for you. I don't even know how many sprints we've done because my
I
phone
think two.
hasn't.
Two.
Here.
So my phone was just like, okay, you did one. I was like, that doesn't feel right.
It's like, thanks for helping me out, phone. Not.
Oh, y'all see my dirty business. all the videos that I watch.
It
Uh-oh.
was like a sign out. I got caught out like that last time.
It's like makeup, time management.
You act like that's dirty business. You don't know the dirty business of YouTube.
Oh my goodness, it's not. If Lord knows if it was even worse than that, I would not have shown y'all at all. Not even a little.
That's on her other account.
Uh-oh. Oh, she got secrets. All right, let's do this last sprint. This is
Okay.
for all the marbles. Jump right in, y'all. Save what you're doing. Stretch. Get you some water. Write these words. Let's go. Sprint. And we've got the endings explosions. Get out of my past viewed stuff. I know y'all nosy. Get out.
Explosion.
How'd y'all do? What'd you do? Let me know down in the comments below.
My Word document's being a brat.
I cleaned more. Yay!
Yay! She did it.
My burn pile is growing.
Well, that's good to get rid of. So you're doing pre-spring cleaning, so that's good.
Yeah. Or post spring cleaning because spring's kind of no.
Friday.
The 21st,
Tomorrow?
right?
Today?
Oh, is it?
Yesterday? It's like
Today, no?
I'm doing spring cleaning. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Thanks, Dana.
Stop already! No.
You can come here. It's gonna be the most sparkly damn house ever to make up
I
for the fact
know.
that my dog shed everywhere.
oh, geez.
Oh my gosh. You guys have seen my dogs. You know that they're shedding.
Mhm.
Let's see, what did I do? I got a little bit written, not a whole lot, but you know, we're getting there.
We are,
Getting there.
let's see, 281. All right, I wrote 146 words, but I also had to do a little bit more research to make sure that I was making, you know, how you like want to make sure that you're saying the right stuff so that when you share it with people, they're not like shenanigans.
Right. Like this girl, she don't even know what she's talking about.
I know.
She don't even know how to Google. Look at it.
I'm all kinds of fact checking myself. No.
That's good.
Oh man.
I approve of that message.
Yes, because
Wish more people did it.
I agree. I do not condone spreading lies.
And misinformation and
False
dumbness.
statements.
Bye, Chasing
Bye,
Epiphanies.
Chasing Epiphany.
I hope you come back real soon and see you
And have a
again.
good one too.
Jeannie nearly done at 2K. Just a few names to add and it's off to the.
you
That's
go.
exciting! Yay!
Oh, that's so
Vellum.
awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Happiness. Happiness everywhere.
I enjoyed that. Haley finished editing the video and set it aside for now and started your daily doodle.
Oh,
That's
the
wonderful.
doodle.
Gabriella, half a page done. Fantastic. Barbara stayed awake even though it was raining outside. My dogs
That's
are
an
laying here
accomplishment.
snoring.
Those
Yeah.
dogs can put you to sleep, I tell you.
Yeah.
It's a dreary day here, and so my left knee says it'll be raining soon. Stevie, I have character themes for each act, and a plot card for each of the 3 influencers' opening scenes. Ooh,
Very cool.
you got so much. Oh, and an Insta post.
Watch
She's
out
doing
now.
it. She's
Do
doing
that.
it. Get him. Wow, this was a great stream. I really enjoyed chatting with you ladies and everyone in the comments.
This is my first time on your stream, Tamara. Remember, I've been promising you forever. This is the first time I've actually been on one of your streams.
I thought it was the second time.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
no.
the second.
No,
No,
I
you're
remember.
On-
Second
Because
time,
the-
because the first time it was the first like Chocolate Girls and Caro stream. And that was
Yeah, and I was
Yeah,
just
I've
kind of
never
like,
been on a 2
"Hi."
o'clock stream. Yeah,
Because Naked Firefly was there too.
yeah. This is my first afternoon stream because I usually don't do afternoon because my kids come home
Right.
and I have to cook.
Naked Firefly children. That is all.
Yeah,
oh,
that is-
that's a lot.
That's the end all and be
Right.
all.
And she got a starting 5 lineup talking about that's all.
Right? Let's see. My old hard drive needs a new. Oh no! It has my work in progress series on Scrivener. Saved a version on Google Docs to create a key to track changes. That sucks, but at least you can access it.
Yeah. That
I'm
would-
sorry.
That would be
That's- oh.
tragic if it was lost.
Oh god.
That was one of the reasons why I was so angry that my laptop wasn't working because I couldn't get to my stuff.
Mhm.
So then I was trying to write and didn't know if I was doing it right, and it was just a real frustrating situation. She said, "Don't be talking about my starter 5."
I love your starting 5. You know I love your starting five. I know all
Oh
their
man.
names and everything.
She sure do.
Absolutely love.
I was like, dang, I don't barely know anybody's name.
I know.
Y'all know your names.
I know. I'm like, I barely know my name most of the time.
No, so I
Jeannie,
was on
thank
the
you for
phone with my
being
grandma,
here.
my grandpa yesterday. He called to check on me, and he was like, so I got something I need to ask you. I said, okay, what's my daughter's name? Really, grandpa?
This is where we are now.
You got 16 grandchildren, over half are females, and I got it right on the first try. I knew who he was talking about, but
Ha.
still, that's how you ask? Come on, grandpa. I'm your daughter's father.
Do better.
That's old
That's a
people
trick
question.
Yeah,
question.
exactly.
That's an old people question. But I love it though. Uh, Stephanie, you are welcome. And I love a kitten. I would love to have a kitten. We can have any pets. I have to live vicariously through everybody else. All right, let's wrap this up so Carol can finish her cleaning and I can have breakfast and y'all can go on with your wonderful days. Let us start with Dana and work our way around.
All right. My name is Dana Gollin. I also write under Ava Fox, and you can find all of my good stuff at danagollinwrites.com. And you can check out my channel, which has bunnies and puppies and cooking and all kinds of good
Yeah,
stuff.
sounds good.
Yay! Next.
I'm Dahlia de Winter, sometimes writing under the pen name Zane Hill for horror. I'm a romance writer by trade, I guess. And I mean, I have a website, dahliadewinters.com, but I'm mostly on Facebook, on my page on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram under Dahlia D. Writes. I'm done.
Hey, it's Cachet.
Hey everybody, I'm Cache. All right, short stories, poetry, and we gonna act like I've been doing blog posts like I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just not going to like I am busy.
We're not judging.
February messed me up, y'all, and then I just haven't recovered because I wrote all this stuff for February, but it was specifically for February, and it feels weird posting it in March. So yeah, bear with me, y'all.
I hear
But you
you.
can find me streaming. I'm moving because right now I'm on my iPad, and as y'all saw, it's been all kind of technical difficulties. So hopefully my computer will be up and running on Friday night. I'll be streaming after Sarah's stream at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time if you guys want to join us. And thank you for having me today, Mr.
Yes.
Hale.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. My name is Kara Brown. I am an urban fantasy author. I have a channel where I get drunk, talk about books, and sometimes give writing advice. Kind of depends on what's going on. Next week, Tamara and I are going to be doing another episode of AuthorTube News. But while you wait for that to come out, you can go check out the one that we did last week, where we talked about some more Twitter drama. We talked about the death of 8 Little Pages and some other stuff. So there you go.
And there's a link for AuthorTube News in the description, as well as all these lovely ladies' channels. If you haven't already, go check them out and subscribe. And my name is Tamara Woods, and I'm a cozy mystery author. And down in the downstairs, there's a link for Writers Workshop, the book that we're doing this month. That's in the description, as well as hashtag Write Stuff, which is my Facebook writing group where we discuss all things writing, and we have a tweet chat every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you are always welcome. Also, I'll be posting a new video today in probably about an hour or so. So if you want to check that out, you should subscribe and click the little bell so you'll get a notification sometime within the next 24 hours because that's just how the YouTube moves. So again, thank you all for being here, whether you're here right now or you're watching in the replay. I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, friend. Bye bye.